FM. It's exactly 12 o'clock. We will now join Studio 2 and bring you the program, The Midday Show. Stay tuned.
And entertainment. Stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy. 98.1. Simply the best.
Good day and welcome to the program Midday Show, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And you say so they get you live on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl. Me na Adeyemi Jackson, where they bring this edition of the program Midday Show come to you. Like all time inside the program, we get plenty news, information, reports, and music there inside the program. So continue for day with me for the next 1 hour. The program na Midday Show. And my guest inside the program today na Simon Olaga, when the Executive Director, Institute of Development and Humanitarian Assistant. We therefore talk about some of the activities that we don't do for improve the life of young people them, and also the partnership with NCRA for give ID card to bike riders there, and also the financial literacy program we that they organize for bike riders them across the country. Good afternoon, welcome to the program Midday Show. Well, that I'm a studio guest this afternoon. Continue for day with me at the program. Remember, say you can be part of the program by way you go send message to the number 077-981-981, or go on we get the Democracy Facebook page and YouTube page. Just so you go follow the program live. Drop your question or comments on the issue we will discuss inside the program today. The program and Midday Show. The program Midday Show, they continue, and inside the program they take with first material outside the public relations officer for the Pentecostal Fellowship Salon, Apostle Siaka Abraham Kamara, say the annual National Day of Prayer and Fasting, where Pentecostal Fellowship organized now one way then bring different Christian group for pray for the country in peace and national cohesion ahead of the 2028 election. Apostle Siaka Abraham Kamara talk this is our interview with Radio Democracy, where they talk about this year 2026 prayer and fasting, where upon January 31 at the Freetown City Council building. Well, he talk more to the reporter Mohamed Lamikebe inside this interview.
Well, listeners, I want to make we know that the event for today, now we annual day of prayer and fasting for we nation Sierra Leone. And by the grace of God, we don't able for do them today. And we also launch a 1-year program also of prayer. We spread out the days and the month of 2026 for we nation Sierra Leone, from the city to the provinces, so that Papa God in grace, they go take over Sierra Leone and God go help win us alone.
So what's not the main reason why Pentecost? And also people go on for know the churches already come together for ensure say we're able for fast and pray for Sabbath.
The main reason why the Pentecostal Fellowship of Sierra Leone call up this now because God revealed to the president, His Grace the Bishop Sam Akintayo Sam Jolly, and also he shared the vision that we need for pray for we nation right at this moment. For let God go before we, let God help we, and let God also bring peace can at this nation. We go stand where we all go there together as brothers and sisters in we nation from now to 2028. That God will continue for bless Sierra Leone. And today we see the CCSL then come come, the EFSL then come, and also the Catholic Church also was represented, and the Charismatic and with the Pentecostal churches. Then we also did together also as the body of Christ at this nation. And I mean, by the grace of God, Yusuf will see the program online, right? That so many people were gathered at the Freetown City Council Hall, and we stand at the gap for this nation, for let's Sierra Leone go better inside Jesus' name.
So this program or this get anything to do with the country in peace and national cohesion?
Of course, yes. It gets a lot to do with the peace of this country and also the national cohesion of this country. We are in the Northerners and the Southerners go work as one. The Easterners and the Westerners go work as one, and we are in the North, the South, the East, and the West. We all go see ourselves as one people inside one country, and we all go love ourselves, and we live in joy and peace and celebrate. Now we offices them, now we business place them, now we communities them. We go get that peace as a nation. And I want to make we know that the word of the Lord says, "Usai Papa God in presence day, freedom day, for let the people enjoy the blessings of God inside Jesus' name."
What are the central theme, or what are the central idea, or the central theme for this event?
The central theme for this event now that Lord bless our nation Sierra Leone. Lord bless our nation Sierra Leone. And we hear where the preacher man talks, so let we get confidence that no matter what you go through, Sierra Leone will be blessed again. Sierra Leone will rise up again. Let we get confidence in ourselves, and let we not ever look down on ourselves as Sierra Leoneans.
That na the public relations officer for the Pentecostal Fellowship Salon, Apostle Siaka Ibrahim Kamara. They talked to the reporter Mohamed Lami Kebe inside the interview day. Also, say the annual National Day of Prayer and Fasting, where Pentecostal Fellowship organized one where them bring different Christian group or pray for the country in peace and national cohesion ahead of the 2028 election. The program they show they continue as I been mentioned earlier today. My studio guest na Simon Olaga, when the Executive Director, Institute of Development and Humanitarian Assistance, as a day in the program today for talk about the different activities that with this organization they do in a salon, and also the support where they don't get to buy credits them, and the partnership with the National Civil Registration Authority for provide national ID card, and also the financial literacy program where they all for buy credits them across the country. Good afternoon, Simon, and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Radio Democracy.
Okay. I know for sure you are a Nigerian, but you can speak the broken English. But to start with, for listeners out there, when you talk of Institute of Development and Humanitarian Assistance, we will look at the different activities that they do in a salon. But give a background of this institution. Which bring the idea of setting up this institution?
Thank you again. Just a point of correction. Me not Nigerian anyway. Me not from Uganda.
Okay.
But I consider myself African.
Okay.
In general. So basically, as you don't talk, viewers, sorry, I gave a blend between Creole and English, so I gave excuse me for that. So basically, IDHA, which is Institute of Development and Humanitarian Assistance, is a national organization. We operate across all the districts in the country. IDHA started in the 2014, I would say, as just after Ebola. The idea came as a result. We saw a need to bridge the local capacity to respond into disasters and also roll out post-recovery programs. So that's where the idea of IDHA started. Since then, we have evolved as a national organization, and I'm happy to inform you that 2022 we scaled up to to Liberia. So IDHA operates in Sierra Leone and Liberia as well.
Okay, so 2014 when I started operating a salon.
Oh yes.
During the just after the Ebola,
Sure.
and one of the ideas for build up the local capacity to respond to disasters and
Yes.
issues them. So let me go through what are some of the activities that we don't do since 2014 to now in terms of building the capacity of Sierra Leoneans them on how to respond to disaster and other issues then.
So IDHA works in 3 or 4 broad areas. Number 1, we focus on the sustainable agriculture and food security. And within that, we are focused on agricultural value chain. We're also looking at aspects of humanitarian assistance. If you talk about disaster management, disaster mitigation. We're also focusing on the supporting small and medium enterprises. That is business development skills. And then we have a component which cuts across, which is water and sanitation. So basically those are 3 or 4 focus areas. So IDHA principle is we initiate, we test and scale up innovative ideas. So since that time, we have been working with a couple of partners. For example, we worked with up to now we are still working with the UNDP. We worked with the GIZ. We are working with the World Food Program. We're also working with the United Nations Capital Development Fund, among one of the key partners, as well as we also receive support from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Sierra Leone.
Okay, let me look at the 3 areas them, perhaps the 4 areas them we they work on. You mentioned about sustainable agriculture and food security. How they support this area?
So we are working with a network of 20 farmer-based organizations where we give a comprehensive support. I would say we give them agri-ecological support, covering the entire agricultural value chain. So we provide training, whether it talking about crop management, market development, talk about quality, talk about value addition. We provide all that support. Specifically, we had a project with the GIZ, which we worked in about 3 districts, that is Kailang, Kono, and Koinadugu, where we supported about 1,800 farmer-based organizations, farmers that are grouped into farmer-based organizations of about 30 members in each. And then we also had a project with the European Union where we are working in Gambia. Specifically, the project was looking at widening the revenue base of the district councils, and we are looking at specifically the component on agriculture, where we worked with the different farmer-based organizations in 5 chiefdoms in Gambia district. We provided them mostly the farmer-based organizations are women-focused. We provided them with the training. We provided them with equipment, processing equipment. For example, they were producing granite oil. They were also producing granite peanut butter, as well as they also we are promoting short variation crops like soya beans, granite, maize. So that's some of the.
So in terms of still on the area of sustainable agriculture and food security, the different farmers them we want to support. Now, which kind of support now they give to them?
So the support is comprehensive. Number 1, we start with the initial seed supply, for example, and then we train them on farm management, and then from there harvesting up to adding value. So like the farmers in Gambia, we provided them with the seeds. They planted the seed. Our team was supporting throughout the process. After planting, they harvested. After the harvesting, they do the processing. So within the processing is where we come up with different products. for example, the granite oil I told you about. They're also producing corn flour, for example, and then they were producing fortified food.
So, what's not the idea of supporting the farmers in terms of the proceeds where they get from the products, they're able to take care of themselves, or what's in the idea behind?
The overall objective is to, one, boost agricultural production, diversify, and then also increase income for the people.
Okay.
Yes.
What about the issue of supporting small and medium enterprises, like business organization, or groups that provide support to?
So the support we provide is both individuals and groups. So we had from 2021 up to 2022, we had a project with the United Nations Capital Development Fund, where we trained up to 10,000.
10,000?
Yes, women and youth-led businesses, those who are operating small businesses. So the training involves how they should save, the aspects of registration, for example, formalizing their businesses, and then aspects of linking them to different markets. So we train, I can give you the numbers, Western Rural and Urban, we trained 3,000. Kailang we trained 1,000. Pujon we trained 1,000. Cambia we trained 2,000 women, mostly women-led businesses. So within that training, training is one thing, and then the outcome of the training is another thing. So for us in IDHA, we are always focused on the outcome of the training. You can train somebody, but at the end of the day, how did this person utilize that knowledge? So since 2021 to date, we have been following up a number of people we have trained to see how they utilize the knowledge. You realize that I wouldn't say that 100% there's improvement. I would say that, but at least a majority of them were able to manage and expand the business. Some of them were also able to formalize their business. When you formalize a business, that means you are trying to increase the revenue base for the government as well. So in terms of taxes. So these are some of the achievements we are looking at. And then one of the key achievements is we exposed them to access to financial institutions. It can be in form of saving. They open a bank account, they start saving. It can be in form of accessing to credit.
Okay. Again, this 10,000 where you talk about 10,000 women and youth where you provide training on business, entrepreneurship and likes. How will I get this number?
So we work with the district council, especially the district development officers, and then also that's mainly the selection we do, and then we're also working with the existing organization working in these different districts. So for them, they say, okay, we have this group of women, we provided them with the ABCD support, but I think they need to build their knowledge or capacity in the area of business. So we had that linkage there, and we do the selection in each district. That's how we identified some of them.
You also mentioned about water and sanitation.
Yes.
In the area of wash, those are not to provide sanitation and also health facility. Which district are not to implement this project?
So specifically, I would say initially IDHA WASH program was embedded into sustainable agriculture and food security component, because if you are providing a farmer-based organization, for example, with the equipment to process, definitely they need water. Talk about gari processing, talk about granite pest production, they need water. So that's where the concept of our wash came in. It was embedded within the component of agriculture. But since then, we have expanded. So I'll tell you that we provide, for example, Moyamba, we have communities, we provided the water facility. Water facility in the sense that we drill boreholes and then we connect them and then they have water. For example, in Bo, we provided the water facility to Bo District Council, Botima Health Center, Gombo Market in Bo, as there is ongoing project that we are trying to work with the Salwako to provide water in Bo Government Hospital as well. As well as Kenema District. Kenema District, if you are going to
Why then district?
Sorry?
Why then district? Because you get other district as well. We need the kind facilities.
So I will tell you, it is based on the studies. When you look at the WASH report, you look at that most of those districts are mentioned. They have a challenge in accessing water facility. That is one. And then also it depends on the donor focused areas. So those are two key principles we are following.
Okay. Yes. Continue for the with me in the program in name as Simon Olaga and in the Executive Director, Institute of Development and Humanitarian Assistant. They talk about the different activities and they do in a salon. When I come back to you, we can look at the financial literacy program we are all for bike riders them, as well as the partnership with NCRA for giving national ID cards to bike riders them. Waiting now the reason for that. We can explain more inside the program. Continue for the with me. Now the program media show the continue inside the program. We look at another issue. Inside the Chief Executive Officer Choitran Group, Harish Agnani, say inside this year they don't plan for provide free eye surgery to about 2,000 people in the country. A talk this way, Choitran Group go support over 280 school picking them with 1,000 leons each as part of their scholarship grant, where they can get to school picking them any year. Well, for more on this, make we join with reporter Chegno Jalo.
For almost 60 years now, Choitram International Foundation, where they give health service and they do business, they only award scholarship to plenty picking them in the country. This na part of the organization effort for CISE, then support the education sector in the country. And for the last 50 years or so, plenty picking them don't benefit from this scholarship where the organization can get to Salon picking them. For the year 2025-2026 academic year, this institution don't award 283 picking them scholarship, where this, according to the Chief Executive Officer na Choitram Group, Harish Agnani, are part of their continuous support to the education sector.
For education, there is a scholarship fund which is funded every year by Choitram International Foundation. It's not a full scholarship, but it's a grant and aid for the children who are being selected by the scholarship committee. The total amount for this year is 285,000 leons. 285,000 leons will be handed over to the committee, and they will in return hand out funds to these deserving candidates or deserving students. They have total 283 students will benefit from this one. 283 students will benefit. Each one will get 1,000 leons each as cash.
Away from this support to book learning, Harish Agnani also say for CISE people get better well-being in the country, make them bring doctors them from foreign country them, we can give free surgery to people who they suffer from eye problem.
Anybody who has an eye problem, especially for cataract, especially elderly people, they can go now and register. Last year, we did over 1,500 cataract operations. All these operations were free of cost to the patient. So even this year, we are going to do free cataract operations. The operations will begin sometime in March, it's 20th March. Because last year we did 1,500 operations. This year, we want to cross this number. We want to reach 1,700, 1,800 or even 2,000. This might last about between 6 weeks to 8 weeks, depending on the number of patients we have.
After Harish Agnani, the Chief Executive Officer, Choitram Group, don't inform the students them we witness the scholarship award, but some panditin them we Choitram no do na the country. Inside the young talk, some comrade them and students them been tell thank you to the Choitram Group for this support, as they say the support coming the right time.
Thank you, and I'm telling the organization Boku thank you for waiting and do for beginning. Let God continue for guiding, let God continue for protecting. Let God bless them with their heart's desire. Any side they go, let God see them through. This program will enter for we the comrade of bloody. Let God make this program continue inside Jesus' name.
So we are going to make a better ones which we can hold on to study well. So we thank you. I pray God will guide and protect you people so that we never forget us.
I want to say thank you to the team, Choitram, and we promise to do our best next time. Thank you for giving us the opportunity.
The Choitram Group, year in and out, doing the give this kind of scholarship to plenty picking them when them parents them not can get the upper hand for support them book planning. And according to the Chief Executive Officer, this now why don't go continue for do as long as they operate in the country. For the Society for Radio Democracy, me, Nachenglo Jalo, the report.
The program me, they show they continue. I come over to my studio guest, winner Simon Olaga, winner the Executive Director, Institute of Development and Humanitarian Assistance. Simon, let me look at the financial literacy program we on our all for bike riders across the country. What will be the idea behind organizing such events?
So I'll just give a brief background about the program. The program is financed by the United Nations Peace Building Fund. They are the ones who provided. So under UNDP and the UNCDF. So the project is sponsored by two UN agencies, that is UNDP and UNCDF. So specifically, the project, the overall title of the project is Empowering Youth Bike Riders as Sustainable Agents of Peace. You may want to ask why the bike riders. Number one, bike riders constitute a majority of mobility by nature of their riding, and then also they facilitate economic activities widely across the country. So the targeting is right, the bike riders. So specifically, IDHA was implementing a component on the economic improvement for the bike riders, basically trying to see how they can boost their incomes. So we did not just start from nowhere. We started with doing a financial behavioral studies among the bike riders.
Okay.
So it's from that studies that it informed us of the trainings. It informed us on the services we need to provide them. It also informed us on the capacity gaps on the side of the bike riders union, for example. So if you are talking about the financial literacy training, that is the origin of the financial literacy training. We did the financial behavioral studies. The behavioral studies was looking at the saving patterns of bike riders, for example. How do they generate their income? How do they save? How do they spend? Do they aspire to save, or do they aspire to invest? After riding, is there something else they want to do, or do they want to continue riding throughout their life, or there could be something else they want to do outside riding, or there could be those who say no, I need to stop riding and do something else. So this is where the basis of these programs came about.
So for that program, how many bike riders are on a target?
So initially we are targeting 6,000 in 5 districts. That is Bombali, Bo, Kenema, Western Rural, and Western Urban. Like I said, the financial literacy training, financial behavioral studies that we did identify the gaps. One of the key recommendation is they need to have financial literacy training, which is tailored to their needs. So basically we designed a curriculum to train them on aspects like savings, investment, how to manage their finances, and all of that. So that is one of the key components. Within that component, we conducted training for up to 5,472 bike riders across those 5 districts I've just listed. And then we have a component which was looking at alternative livelihood. If tomorrow a bike rider says he or she does not want to continue riding, what else can you do? So some of them identified areas where they would want. For example, most of them were looking at vocational skills. Skills like plumbing, skills like tiling, skills like construction, and the rest.
Because that's my next question. Is it about organizing training, financial training for them, and allow them for good their own way, or una get a kind of, after the training, provide a kind of startup kit for them where they're going to identify areas them we perhaps they get interest on?
So we're mostly focused on identifying areas where the bike riders have interest in. So the financial training was not looking at giving them a startup kit per se. These are people who are already earning. So we just want to improve their ability to manage the earnings, manage and multiply the earnings they are getting. So basically that is it. And then the component of alternative livelihood, we try to identify institutions that will be able to provide the services as identified. For example, the courses. So we had a memorandum through the Ministry of Youth. We had a memorandum with the Milton Magai Technical University to provide them with the tailored vocational skills. And within that, we had a very good concession, and I would like to appreciate Milton Magai for accommodating this, because normally their usual program is when you go there, if you go there and say you are going to be trained on plumbing, they will train you specifically on plumbing. But in this case, we're able to negotiate with them and say, give them a comprehensive skill. What do I mean by comprehensive skill? One, if somebody says he wants to learn a skill in construction, for example, construction is a bit wide. You have laying blocks, you have making a foundation, for example, you have roofing a house, you have tiling, you have plumbing, you have wiring. So we decided to have a negotiation with the Milton Magai to say, give them a comprehensive skill. That means the bike rider, when he go through the college, will learn, number one, how to start a foundation, how to lay the blocks, and then he will also get a basic knowledge on how to do the roofing, how to do the tiling, how to do the plumbing. So at the end of the day, the first or 2 months, you specialize now. So somebody will say, okay, for me, I'll specialize on tiling, I'll specialize on roofing, I'll specialize on plumbing, for example. Equally to the side of auto mechanic, you have engine, for example, engine repairs and maintenance. You have electrical component. You have maintaining of car AC. Then you have welding and fabrication, for example. So they get all these basic skills from the beginning, and then you specialize at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yes.
So you now implement this project in 5 districts.
Yes.
So why the 5 districts? Why not other districts as well? We also get bike riders in numbers, and they face similar challenges.
So I have to say that this is a pilot project, and when you see the districts selected, at least those are the highly populated districts.
So this pilot project, how long did it last for?
It is a 24-month project. We ended it in December. It has ended last December.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what about the ID card? We also now will partner with NCRA for ID cards to bike riders.
So that is another key component. Like I said, there was the other component of alternative livelihood, where we provided vocational skills. Up to 1,201 youth bike riders are enrolled to Milton Magai College to acquire those skills. And then also, from the study, we also looked at the component of access to finance. For example, we looked at that very few of them have bank accounts, for example, and yet they have average earning. They get some money weekly basis, daily basis, and even monthly. When you add that, they control a certain reasonable amount of income. So, but most of them do not utilize a financial institution. So we asked what could be some of the challenges for this. One of the key challenges is they don't have a document. Most of them have the bike riders' identity card, for example. They do not have national identity cards. So some of these constrain them from accessing services, for example. So we decided to have a memorandum of understanding with the National Civil Registration Authority to facilitate registration and access of national identity cards to 3,000 youth bike riders. The reason for this is to support them to easily have identification. For example, nowadays, if you don't have identity card, you are cut off from most of the services. You cannot go to the bank. You cannot even get a passport if you want. And it is, once you have that NIN number, that NIN number is everything to you now. So we thought that it is good to facilitate them to access. Most of them, they would access it on their own, but sometimes they are busy people. When they go, they meet a line, they just go. They don't. So we decided to have MOU with the National Civil Registration Authority to go right to their offices, register them in these 5 districts. So we are looking at average of 600 per district to access national
So
identity
as we
cards.
talk now, they get the ID card?
Yes. As we talk now, the process is going on in all the districts. If you go to the Bike Riders Union office in Kenema, if you go there, you meet them in Bo. If you go around the timetable, their office is there. Makeni, if you go, the process is ongoing. National Civil Registration Authority has dedicated staff to be there, stationed there to facilitate this process.
The ID card we only facilitate for making and get to bike riders, they get for pay anything on a free.
Is absolutely free of charge. The project is covering that, and that's why I appreciate National Civil Registration Authority, because they also saw it to that and say we have to waive off some of these costs from the bike rider. So the bike rider does not pay any money for accessing IDs. In terms of the selection, of course, during initial start of the project, we identified that we had those who noted that they do not have a national identity card. So we enlisted them to acquire the identity card now.
Continue for the with me at the program, a name as Simeon Olaga, we are the Executive Director, Institute of Development and Humanitarian Assistant. Continue for the with me at the program. We'll come back to you shortly. The program media should continue inside the program with a look at another issue. The Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Princess Dugba, don't say the ministry together with partner them go begin shape one bag rice and other food items to register artisanal fishermen them so that they not go for fish inside the 2026 February close fishing season. Princess Dugba talked this inside one interview with Get Democracy, where he will talk about the ministry in strategy for make sure say the 2026 February close fishing season all water across the country. He talk more about this to Jaffermans Davis inside this interview.
Well, 2026 we get so much for we really the year they begin with close season, which is in February, from the 1st of February to the 28th of February. Then we try for meet with other countries that we then get boats them. We don't try for meet with Egypt, we don't meet with China, for see how they go able for give newer boats them, because most of the boats then now they don't all and they're not able for go out, especially during the rains then. So one for make sure say people then get good boats so that casualty not go there, because when you get their old boat then go sometimes then they can just broke at the middle of the sea. They don't try for increase fees for the license. We don't do that for the industrial this January. We don't increase the license for more than 30%. Then for the artisanal as well, we don't increase from 1,000 to 3,000. So all of those things that really we look at and follow we able for increase with revenue. Then we get Black Johnson, of course. Black Johnson our flagship when at the ministry. We don't see say the Chinese then they are really geared for do the work. They even want done before the time. If you go to Black Johnson, the way Black Johnson be there, they again. In fact, we don't name the place na Nigeria's Mada Industrial Fishing Port. So we try now for able for let the president will go to on the sword. But by the time they go to on the sword, the things that we go see right now they get temporary facilities the way they did. They don't build a lot of things. Them don't bring all them boats. Them we get the things that we don't get for use na the port. So definitely we hope say the port will even done before the time where they stipulate.
So you talk about close season inside February. What do they mean in actual sense for the local people?
Well, the close season really now no activity no they did in the water for the one that we then get the small boats. They're not for the trawler there or the trawler they own close season at April. So during this time the trawler they still then they go fish. But them boats then they small boat then they small canoe they know they go fish because one lock the water. The fish them where them get belly then they go lay the egg then and then mangrove them. Then are they the picking and they take them big. So when they don't big now they swim go na the big water. So we want for preserve that egg then they and then small picking them because once you're able for preserver, say you fish stock it go always say it go increase every year. But with the big the artisanals then let them no get no activity, let them no go na the water for go fish. We not say let them not sell because that didn't be the misinformation last year. Last year they talk say they no for even sell. So for that 1 week it be difficult until the message you get for repackage and tell us say no you get for sell. So now that make this year what they don't do. Most people then they dry them fish them, they smoke the fish them so that they go able for sell during this time. Luma go still there. In fact, what they speculate say because people then they really plan for this. We get forget boku fish na the markets, especially for dry fish. You go na Tombo, all the banda them full. And what in fact if even the woman they where they na housewives them, they don't go from this week here. Yesterday if you see markets them be full. All man they buy fish for go keep an in freezer. So that at least when this close season go come, they get enough fish.
Price no go change.
No, price with the hope say price no go change. In fact, at the price say price go calm down because when you get enough fish and say you don't preserve them for a certain time, you go on for sell them quickly. And because of that go pressurize you for like go reduce the price. So at the hope say and besides that again, the industrials themselves, their rooms they're all full, well stacked with fish. So don't talk to the fishmongers they say they can go buy fish to the industrials there. They not get for hotel and say, oh pass you be agents. Now open door. Anybody can go you buy any amount we want for buy for like go for cancel. So we make them very easy for them and by by God in power go work.
Before we can look at what are the strategy you don't put for make sure say the message go inside. Explain to Fambolem what have been the impact of last year when have been started and what not expect for this year.
Last year, even though people they feel say no go happen and it happen, seriously they abide. Now just few incidents that will take place, and even that they say not to be something major. The first time they do most people they abide. I know say they don't used to and they know what they happen. So what you would do really, we don't go to all the landing sites them, the ministry, we don't give the news, we don't sensitize the people them, we don't talk na radio stations, we don't do simulcast them so that at least even the rural town them go able for year read this message here. Newspapers them, bloggers them, this you name it. We don't really awash the people them with this news here for talk say close season they happen and people they are ready for it, and I know say it will be much easier than last year. Definitely we get for go out for go monitor, we both SIKSF get for go, we get then small patrol boats them who self get for go do, we get the Navy them we they say get boats them we then get for help for patrol the water them. So definitely we want for make sure say there will be robust monitoring whilst the close season they go on.
Will person break the law? Punishment day?
Yes, punishment day. They say ignorance of the law is no excuse. If you break the law, we define you and then we take you to jail. So that they you know something we don't talk over and over and they know about that. We people that are law abiding citizens them and also then go abide to it.
With this, the ministry put any strategy for encourage the artisanal fishermen them for abide this law?
Yes, because we don't talk to them say no to think we go kill you. If you don't prepare for them, definitely you go able for leave. And what we don't do as a ministry, in fact, we they give rice. So if you don't get money safe, that you dry rice, you go able for get her. And would they give you 50 kg rice, not too small. That one bag receive a bill, except if you get big family, you go able for manager. One company where they call her OK Global, they say they go give condiments them. So that during that first month, you go able for get tea leaf, sugar, milk, we go able for help you for what your body way they cut fast. So we don't put that. And then the health of the people, they say we don't look into her. Most people then they know they go to hospital, and because again they don't get time. So during that time now we they go their old fisherman they they don't sick, they can able for come. And what I want say, the medication are free. You know this by nothing penny you know they pay. It's free and then they go right into the community. So man and for let them come to hospital, they don't let them pick here say, oh papa go to the hospital. The mommy self go worry. But the boss they go to up right now your community. If you want you make style say la go look by what in the happen inside this boss. You go sit down, they take your blood pressure, check you where they go. They do all your blood works there inside that boss. They well equipped, they give you all medication, free medication, and make sure say na good medication.
That the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Princess Dugba, they talked to the reporter Jaffermans Davis inside the interview there. Also inside the ministry together with them partner, then go begin give one bag rice and other food items them to register artisanal fishermen them so that they not for fish inside the 2026 February closed fishing season. The program they show they continue to come over to me studio guest winner Simon Olagas, Executive Director, Institute of Development and Humanitarian Assistant. Still on the issue of providing support to bike riders them, we see also that they build the capacity of the National Executive.
Yes, so I would also like to highlight one or two key things we're also doing with the bike riders. One of the components we're also looking at is to strengthen the capacity of the Sierra Leone Bike Riders Union executives, especially the national, regional, and the district executives. So we are providing training, and the training is focused on the strengthening their organizational capacity. So we are looking at aspects of leadership. We're also looking at aspects of financial management. So financial management is basically focused on the building systems, control systems in place, so that they will be able to manage their finances, manage the resources that they have, as well as being accountable to their members. So we provide that training to the national, regional, and the district bike riders executive. So far we have trained up to 112 of them across these 5 districts. The other key component I will say is out of this, through the leadership of the Ministry of Youth, we are also able to initiate bike loans for the riders. The project is targeting buying both, actually, 55 bikes. But with the intervention of the Ministry of Youth, we managed to increase those bikes to 200. So as I speak now, the union received 200 bikes that are distributed to the members across the districts on loan basis. Now, the reason behind this is, you might have seen that a majority of the bike riders during the study, we realize that they don't own the bikes. They ride for somebody. And in the process of riding, you look at the interest rates is high. Is high in both ways. When they go to the bank, for example, to get a loan, the interest rate is high to buy a bike. Also, you have service providers who provide the bikes. The cost is high, for example. So we decided that those who are riding for somebody, for example, you look at, they call it work and pay. When a person buy for you a bike, maybe based on your weekly or daily repayment, you find that it takes you a year to actually possess that bike. And in the process, the bike is already old. By the time now you start utilizing it on your own, the bike is almost at the stage of being written off. So we came in and say, okay, we give it a very minimal interest rate, and I appreciate TVS, because they come in also and say, okay, we are going to give you at a very, very discounted rate. And then the union also, when they are giving out these bikes on loan, they give a very minimal interest rate. I would say as low as 10% compared to if they had gone to any service provider to get this loan. The interest rate could even be 30% or 23-25%. So this is something we initiated for the union to roll out, and I am happy to inform you that through the support of the Ministry of Youth, this is becoming a national program. And we are also advocating that at least for the interest of increasing employment rate among the youth, we are also thinking that at least there should be a kind of waiver, especially on the GST, for especially if it is coming from the union, for every young man who wants to buy a bike, a young man and woman who wants to buy a bike, at least they can waive them of GST.
So the bike way on the give to them bike riders,
yes.
How did they pay?
So we have different ways of payments. The ones in the city, when I say the city, Western Rural and Urban, and the ones in the districts, that is Kenema, Bo and the Kailang, they have a different rate. The reason for that is when we looked at it, they have different income capacity. The ones in Freetown here get more income daily compared to the guys, the bike riders in the districts. So you cannot charge them the same interest rate. So the interest rate is based on the daily income. So in terms of the repayment, the repayment is done weekly, and it is organized by the Bike Riders Union, a national executive, right up to the district, and it is overseen by the Ministry of Youth. So the Ministry of Youth has even gone ahead to request them to open a central account with the Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, so where all these repayments are put together. Then we're also introducing a model. The model is like this. You put you in a group of 6, and then within those 6, we can give you 4 bikes. So those 4 bikes, all of you ride. When you ride, you continue your weekly payment, that weekly payment based on the calculations we did, within 2 months, you'll be able to buy another bike for number 5. Number 5 also joined to ride. You go within 2 months, you can buy another bike for number 6. So within that period, within a period of 4 to 5 months, all of you have acquired a bike. So if you want to continue with the cycle, they can continue with the cycle. But I can tell you that this is a national program that we have initiated, and we hope that the union and the bike riders will cooperate and see this initiative succeed.
So you get time duration for this particular loan where they get to bike riders, the bike they want to get to them, they get any time duration where they're supposed to don't pay for them bike there?
Yes, it's between 6 to 12 months.
So the distribution aspect, when they monitor the distribution aspect, or now they give out the bike to the riders them, or not the executive? Now the executive, now they monitor the distribution aspect on how they give the bikes there.
So I have to tell you that when it comes to this kind of facility, number one, the bike riders are so many that are interested in this. But I am happy with what the union did. The union made it on competitive basis. So competitive basis says if you have initial capital deposit of 5,500, and then you can be able to present credible guarantors, and then you can have a bike. So it was not that this district you have this district no, it was on a competitive basis. So those who can provide guarantors as quickly as possible, they will get the bikes.
As for the roundup, get listeners out there and viewers with the listening and watch you, more like the bike riders them, what will be your message to them?
Number one, the bike riders, my message to them is, number one, you play a key role in the country, and what you are doing is, I would say, do not despise it. That is your office. Do it with diligence, and always avoid confusion, avoid violence, and always remain peaceful. Yes.
Okay. One for say plenty thank you to you, Simon Olaga, for where you take your time for be part of the program today media show.
Thank you so much.
And I know that today you managed to talk the Creole better.
I try for blender small. Thank you so much.
So how long you done in a salon?
I've been here for a long time. I came here first in 2010, and apparently I worked with a number of projects. I started working with the International Fund for Agricultural Development, these community banks. And then after that, I worked with the Wealth Hunger under the project of smallholder commercialization, overseeing the capacity of agricultural business centers. During the Ebola time, I joined the World Health Organization on secondment on the aspect of community mobilization, community engagement during the response.
So since 2010 to now, how you don't see the country in terms of you stay, Sierra Leoneans stay, in the food?
I would say Africa, we are one. It's just the borders. Those, I would call them lines that are dividing us. Because if you go to my country in Uganda, there is not much difference. If you go to Liberia, there is a lot of similarity. If you go to Guinea right now, there is a lot of similarity.
The jollof rice will get here so, and the cassava leaf?
Yes, in Liberia you can still enjoy the same cassava leaf, but just the different way people cook it.
So we don't switch past there?
I cannot tell, but it depends. It depends on how you taste it. But generally, my key message is Africa, we are one.
Yeah.
Yes. And the more we embrace ourselves, the better for us.
Plenty thank you to you, Simon Olaga, Executive Director, Institute of Development and Humanitarian Assistant for where you take it for being part of the program today. And we hope for to get you in with subsequent programs along the line.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the time.
Well, family, I will go bring the curtain for today's edition of the program Midday Show. Plenty thank you to my producer, Sabti Kalon, and plenty thank you to Fatmata Samura, make Nasiwi live, our Facebook page, and also to DJ Schoolface for technical support. So till we meet again, me and Adeyemi Jackson, they say goodbye.